topical issue once more. This is KENPO Africa once more. FUMO does a Wushu tiger style mauling on African trade. While we have been delving on other issues, FUMO has been practicing the tiger Wushu style. I know Wushu is soft, but FUMO goes soft on African Wushu economy. A tiger knows that in the forest there's lots of predators. The trick is survival in the jungle is to fight it out to survive. The style FUMO is practicing is a strong mauling strike with the hands and powerful side thrust kick. Knowing that survival depends on your God, your war manuals, which are the holy books, and your faith, FUMO would like to cultivate economic faith in Africa. The first kata in this is free trade with neighboring countries using neighboring countries' currencies and not foreign exchange. That means if you are a citizen of Tanzania and you want to go to Uganda, simply exchange currency at the border into Uganda currency, buy your things in Uganda currency. When you reach your border, the remaining money you convert to your country's currency. Go and do trade in your country's currency. That eliminates the foreign trade quagmire that different people have. And also, it ensures that the central bank has a flow of the neighboring currencies. And with this, you can be able to check things like money laundering and keep a steady pace, strengthen the money of those countries. So one doesn't have to come with dollars, with euros, with whatever. If one is coming from Rwanda to Burundi, the Rwandese money you exchange at the border, you trade with Burundi, and so on and so forth. So you don't have to burden yourself carrying a lot of currencies that has to be converted and reconverted. You deal with the central banks. Another one, second kata, means of transport. We have the train, we have all these things, the train, the buses, public taxis. My suggestion is that you come with the transport of the country concerned up to the border. Do your exchange of money and take transport for the next country so that every country is operating its own transport system. Apart from things like trailers that carry things going long distance, because there are some trailers you cannot say, you don't be saying that they reach the boundary, they offload. For these other things, let the country handle what it handles internally. So let anybody going across be ready to use the services of the other country. The trains, they have systems. Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, like that. Kata number 3. Notification slips or permits. Because of influx of crooks sometimes, when the freedom of a country, let's say we have free trade, free movement, but when the movement is not checked, it is easier for criminals, people indulging with different things to go across. So I was thinking of that very permit issue that has been there. Let somebody come declare the boundary, I'm going to this country for this number of days. I may be in this and that place, so that the security of that country knows there is a foreigner in that country, but from the East African community, you don't need a visa, you don't need all those things. Or from Africa, if Africa agrees to all these things, then you move with the security, knowing that you are there, they give you security. And if you move to another neighboring country, you alert them. And when you are coming back, alert them, I've left there. You know, now that foreigner who was here has left. He's going to another country. This will also check influx into a political situations, incitements, and whatever that can be able to destabilize other countries. So you know somebody is traveling for trade purposes, because that's what we exchange. We don't exchange politics, we don't exchange things like that, but or criminality, but things trade, things commerce. You are transporting goods, you are going to buy goods, then you buy from the people of that country, take them to your country, if you cannot be able to order them across. That is the third one. Kata 4. Citizens of concerned countries. That is always the case, because in many places people have, you do most of the business in a country be done by the people in that country, so that people don't have those problems of xenophobia like that one that was once in South Africa. There was a time when people clashed. And xenophobia also has been outside Africa. There was a time when there was that in Germany. There was a time when it was in Russia. So you have people who can be able, to manage within their boundary, swap to the boundary, give it, and then the other one proceed on like that. Build your economy. Kata number 4. Number 5. Like usual, the central banks will always deal with the exchanges or their agents. That's what happens everywhere. And then kata number 6. For a centralized African bank or financial institution that would lobby for African exchange rates, so that the exchange rates of African money is decided from a centralized place, so that one can be able to know when you go to Africa, this currency will exchange at these rates with these currencies. That currency will exchange at these rates with other currencies, so that we know when we are dealing with external currencies, there are very, very big influxes within our currency system. We know that this can be managed from a centralized place, an African currency system that will be able to make us compete with the euro in Europe, with the dollar in America, with these other places. We have a centralized place for currency use. I think that would help in improving the African situation. Those are my suggestions. I'm not saying that that's what should be followed, but those are my views. In order to stabilize the currencies, in order to stabilize the businesses, in order to stabilize the interferences in different forms, criminal activities, and all those. When people are in your country, you get to know who have come. They are from a neighboring country, they don't need a visa, but they are there. They have reported. When they are going, they report they have left. When they are in your country, know their security, everything is yours. When they go to another country, that way. And people will have a peaceful way of trade, good commerce. Even some problems that you are seeing in countries like Congo, countries like Somalia, countries like South Sudan will cease to be. Because when there is thriving commerce and knowledge of movement of people, stability is ensured. That is my take for now.